Hey guys, it's John, Brooke, and Isaiah, and Kobe, and today is chicken day. At least we think. You guys remember the post office rarely calls us, so I'm getting ready to call them. But we're getting ready, and we got this set up. So we've got the big brooder getting set up. I just wanted to show you some stuff before we finish filling it. We put these moving blankets down underneath just to help keep it warm when it gets a little chilly at night. We've got the tarps on top. We've got our big brooder set up. And we also made a mistake while ordering, and we're going to talk to you about that once we get our chicks back from the post office. So we're going to move another brooder right here, and that may key you off on what our mistake was. So let's get both these brooders set up and finished so we're ready. If we don't hear from the post office, we'll call them, and let's get these chicks in here. Okay, so we are set up. I'm not sure if these are going to work or not. These are what we use for the ducks to kind of keep them out of their shavings. We're just going to test and see if these are going to work or not. We put lukewarm water in there, put a little sugar in there. We have a video of what to do when starting chicks, and we'll post that right here for further information. But we've got our other pens set up as well. I was ready to complain about my post office, but they just called us. So we are jumping in the truck and we're going to get the birds. We're going to show you what we got and what the mistake was. Let's go get them. Okay guys, we just got back from the post office and we have our birds. I think spring has finally arrived. We're going to tell you what we got here. We've got them from Valley Farms. They're the hatchery we use in Alabama, so check them out, Valley Farms Hatchery. We'll start with Isaiah's here. We've got just a whole bunch of egg production chickens. The first ones over here on the right are the black sex links. And if you can hear me above all these chicks, they're a cross between a Rhode Island Red and a Barred Rock. And you can see the females. We supposedly have all females. We'll see as they get older. But the females are all black. And if there were males, they'd have a white dot on their forehead. So we got a little white tails and wings, but nothing on their foreheads. They'll start laying around 16 to 18 weeks of age, and they lay around 250 eggs a year. And the white ones here are white leghorns. You've probably seen a lot of those. They have the big floppy combs on them. They'll start laying around 16, 18 weeks as well. They lay large white eggs, and they're a light bird, and they have really good conversion rates because they're not very big, but they lay a lot of eggs, good feed conversion rates. So as far as how many eggs per year, they all lay a bunch. It depends on what site you look at. Some say more, some say less, so we will see. And Brooklyn's got our other box over here. Bring it down just a little bit, okay? And this over here, these are amberlinks, and they are brown egg layers as well. They'll start around 17 to 18 weeks. So these egg production layers, they start laying early, and they lay a bunch of eggs. They lay a brown egg. And these over here, we're kind of excited to try these. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but Vario-ovas. And they are similar to Easter eggers. So we're trying these out. Ryan reached out to us and asked if we wanted to try these, and we were like, yes. If you haven't seen our chicken math video, go ahead and check that out. It's a real thing, but these are Vario-ovas, and instead of like Easter eggers lay mostly blue and green eggs, these lay dark blue, dark green, dark brown to a cream or even a snow white colored egg. And with the dark blues, greens, and browns, they'll often be speckled. And some of the chicks can even have feathers, the feathers on their legs as well. So it seems like a really cool breed. It says they lay around 295 eggs per year. So we are going to be stuffed with eggs. So we are excited about that. They're probably ready for a drink and ready to get in the incubator. We're gonna split up the incubator, but we're just gonna leave it large like this so you guys can go in and start putting those in. Do you need help? Or do you got it? Here, one of you come over here and the other one go by the other water.
Is that just going to be the meat birds?
Yeah, we're putting the other birds over here. So the surprise chickens that we didn't realize were coming did not come in on this shipment. So they may be here later this afternoon or they're going to be tomorrow morning. So we'll talk about that when those come. But so when you start off, you always want to dip their beaks. We tried these little, these are just pans for water heaters. We trying those and see how they work. So we've got a total of 60 new birds, which means I'm going to have to build another chickshaw. But that'll be okay. So you can see once they get that heat on them, they start to quiet down just a little bit. So we got a lot of dipping to do. We'll make sure they can get out of these water pans. We may not use those. You can see that bird, and they can get out. Yeah, we'll put some rocks. Isaiah talked about marbles. You can put marbles or rocks around in the water so that they don't get stuck up in there. They can drown in your water, so you need to be careful about that. So we'll put this down. I'll help these guys start dipping beaks, and we'll see how they are once they all get settled in. Got them all in. One thing we did with it, we put the heat lamps in the middle. That way they don't get bunched up in corners. They can get suffocated and trampled if they're stuck up in the corner. So we put our heat lamps in the middle. We've got our rocks in there because they can get in there and drown. I think you guys have been able to see them get in and out of here. So we're gonna keep this in, just keep the shavings out of the water. But super excited. Definitely feels like a new season when your chicks arrive. Big thanks to Valley Farms for hooking us up with these chickens, and we're going to be doing some videos on these and see how good of layers they are and see which ones we like the best. I'm kind of excited for these leghorns. I like those big floppy combs, and we don't really have white layers on our farm right now, so that'll be cool. The Vario-ovas are also super interesting with those different colors and just a different breed that we haven't heard of. So is there any breed that you are excited about more than another?
I'm excited about them all.
Yeah, they're all pretty sweet. I am not excited to be building more chicken coops, but that's just what it is. So we've got 60 more layers. Again, big thanks to Ryan at Valley Farms and their team. If you're looking for chickens, check out valleyfarmshatchery.com. If you're looking for high egg production, any one of these breeds will be great. We already have the commercial browns out in the field right now. We've actually got 2 batches of those, and they're laying awesome, big, large brown eggs. We're really excited about them. And so these are the other variety of egg laying breeds, or heavy egg laying breeds that they offer. I should say commercial egg laying breeds, which are just chickens that lay a bunch of eggs. These are not a good dual purpose bird because they don't get that big, but we're just looking for some egg production, and I think we're gonna have it here. So
you can see these guys had already figured out where their water is, and some of them figured out the food, but they're not there anymore.
Yeah, some of them are eating. It's amazing how quickly they learn where their water is, where their food is, and they're just an amazing animal. So guys, follow along with us. We're going to keep updating on these, obviously, and our other breed that's coming in. I guess we're not going to close out this video yet because we've got our surprise chickens coming in, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wait again to hear from the post office on those other birds that are coming in. we'll keep an eye on these guys. I am actually going to put a cover over the top of this. Actually, that piece of 4x8 material right there, we're going to lay over top just to keep the heat in, so these chicks can stay at an ideal temperature. We don't test the heat in here. We don't put thermometers down. You just keep an eye on your birds. If they're all super tight and packed together, they're too hot. And obviously you can see they got plenty of area to get away from the heat if they do get too hot. And so we don't need to use the thermometer. We just keep an eye on the birds and let them self-regulate their temperature. But if they're all super huddled, we know we need to lower that heat down a little bit. So it is weird. Sometimes you come out and these guys are they look like they're dead, but they're just zonked, tired, laid out on the ground. Yeah, that's the one I saw too. He looked like he was worn out. So they've had a long journey. They're here at KC Farms. We'll follow along with them. I keep wanting to wrap up this video, but we got more chickens coming. So when those come in, we'll go get those and show you what our mistake was. All right, guys, welcome back. It's the next day. I just started talking and scared these little chicks. They are doing excellent this morning. No losses. Everybody perked up and happy. We put that board over top just to hold some of that heat in. We also had a tarp here to cover that up, but we've opened it up a little bit today, get some fresh air in there. Everyone doing good and perked right up. We did not get that other order of chickens. That was kind of a surprise order for us, and here's what happened. I went on and started ordering our meat birds for the year, and I thought I waited till the first week of April, which was April 4th. Some reason I put March 14th, so they had shipped as well. They did not get here till this morning, and it was not that great. They are in here. I'm just holding the heat in. They were cold. Gonna show you this. We got 30 of the Cornish cross. We really like the Cornish. And they just got in here. And they are perking up nice. They were not doing very well. We got 30 of them. We've got 20 left right now. And they are zonked out. But warming up and coming alive. We've got lukewarm water. And we put some sugar in their water to help perk them up. Look at this guy. Getting ready to pass out backwards. But anyway, I'm going to cover them back up. Brooklyn, they came very lethargic, and Brooklyn was in here getting, she's got such a good heart for the birds, and she was in here getting them all settled and getting them drinks, and they were already upset because we already had 9 lost in the box, and that will happen sometimes when you ship chicks. But the reason on this one was a little different. I was looking at the box, and as you can see, let me turn this box around here. You guys notice anything about the box? Yeah, this right here, all this poop up on the side walls, that does not normally happen, or shouldn't happen, unless your box is sitting like that. So somehow the box got flipped. I talked to Ryan at Valley Farms Hatchery already this morning. He was thinking it happened in transit because the post office wouldn't just let them sit like that. I called the post office. They can't really do anything. But it's just, it's upsetting that these chicks aren't doing very well because of someone's mistake or someone's lack of care for the birds. But anyway, there is a loss spot that you can put on the website when you have losses. We're going to go in and fill that out, which stinks for them as well because it's not their fault. They can only do so much once the birds hatch and leave the hatchery. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll call and get things made better, but we're excited to get started. We still have 20 out of the 30 left. So meat bird season is in full swing, even though it was earlier than what I expected, but I guess I need to pay attention better when I'm placing my orders. So we got all the chickens here. We got the 4 new breeds. Guys, check out Valley Farms Hatchery. Ryan, really young guy. He owns the hatchery. he's always worked very well with us, and it's not like we're a huge customer, you know. We're just a little bitty farm, and everybody there, it's family run. His family, mom and dad work with him, his sister works there, and just feel like you're almost part of the family there at Valley Farm. So if you're in the market for chicks, meat birds, ducks, they've got pretty much everything. Check them out. Tell them KC Farms sent you, and see what they have. They've got a lot of cool stuff and always been super helpful to us and willing to answer our questions and just take care of us when we need help. So anyway, guys, the chicks are in full swing. We're excited. It's like the whole start, like your year, when you're doing a small farm, your year revolves around when spring is coming and when the chicks are here. So our new year is off and running, and we're excited about that. So if you haven't already, check out Valley Farms. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and remember, make the change, guys. We'll see you on the next video.